Hello, this is Catherine, and I know I need to stop talking. Hello, lovelies, Happy New Year! It's 2025. Oh, sorry, Mr. I know I need to stop talking is here as well. You're a footnote in my star billing. Say hello.
Hello.
Well, it's basically I noticed that you moved the mic towards you just before we started recording this, so you obviously don't like being a footnote.
Oh, just because you're a little bit louder than the average person. So we have to make adjustments.
You say that, but how then? If I am a little bit louder, how can you justify the fact that I'm so quiet when I go? I'm like a small little lady, as Jamie describes me. I am a small little lady.
A small little lady.
That's how he describes me to everybody, randoms in the street. This is my mum. She's a small little lady.
Ah, cute.
I am cute. Anyway, Happy New Year. It was Christmas. How was your Christmas? That's a rhetorical question to people listening as opposed to how was your Christmas, because your Christmas was with me. How was your Christmas?
It was all right.
She was all right. You had a lovely time.
She was very loud.
We had a lovely time.
It was pretty chill, which is, I think, speaking to everyone when it comes to Christmas, that now seems to be the default of what qualifies as a good Christmas. It was pretty chill. Yeah. I think when I was younger, it was very much along the lines of, have you had a week of debauchery? Have you, has it been the last days of Rome? And then if so, Christmas is a win. But now everyone I talk to, maybe it's the age of the people I'm talking to. Maybe that might be it.
I was going to say, it's like, did anybody die? Was anybody ill? And did you have a critical power cut during Christmas Day dinner? And the answer to all those is no. Then
but even our kids want like something pretty chill. They don't want to be overhyped or anything, don't they?
One of our children wants that. Jamie wants that. Because he is like, Mr. So laid back, he's horizontal, just wants to wander around in his pyjamas and look at Lego. Seriously, Jamie's gifts this year were like a 6-year-old child. It was like Lego and Pokemon cards. The Lego I get, because I like Lego. But the Pokemon cards, is he backwards?
Well, no, I think he's having a midlife crisis because he had Pokemon cards when he was young, but then he gave them away when he was, when he was about 10 or 11 because he felt that was a bit immature.
Yeah,
He's come back to them again, which is a classic midlife crisis thing. You start to play with toys again when you're older. So, yeah.
Oh, it still makes him look like a moron in front of the rest of the family when other people are...
Well, I like it when his girlfriend comes over because most guys would try to, I don't know, at that age, when you're a young teenager, you're trying to impress your girlfriend, be sort of seductive and cool. And he just has a bed strewn with bits of Lego. That one, it's not cool. And two, if either of you two are thinking of doing any kind of hanky panky, that's incredibly painful to roll around on. So
I think if he's used the phrase hanky panky,
well,
I pretty much guarantee that he's never going to have sex ever, which is great. We should encourage
hanky panky is the phrase that Boris Johnson would use all the time, and he had plenty of sex as well, we know.
This is not a political podcast.
I didn't know. I was just making a comment on his.
But yeah, Jamie likes chilled Christmases, but Beth is like me as a child at Christmas. Christmas
what,
for me.
Unloved?
Oh no. Christmas for me, like Christmas encapsulated. How I feel about Christmas is encapsulated by one moment when I was a kid, when Helen, my sister, who's a couple of years younger than me, it was Christmas Day, and if you know my mum's house, you come out the lounge, don't you, and like you can go out into the hallway towards the kitchen, but straight ahead of you is the wall that divides the kitchen and the dining room.
Oh God, I've been to your house so many times, and the way you're describing it, it's like someone gives directions to anywhere. You followed the first sentence, and by the second or third sentence, you're like, I have no idea where am I? I'm at a roundabout somewhere.
You don't have to travel there, so you'll be right. But
no, but where we are in the house, the hall or the sitting room.
Well, everybody listening to this hasn't been to my mum's house.
No, but I have. I'm confused.
No, but you're here. You are not the target audience. Anyway, you come out the lounge.
I am not the target audience. That is brutal, folks. Make sure in your marriage vows you get something put in there about being the target audience.
You're not the target audience. You walk out of my mum's living room, yeah?
Yes.
Straight ahead of you,
is a kitchen.
No, straight ahead of you is a wall, and then there's a door to the kitchen on your left and a door to the dining room on your right.
You just walk into the wall, do you? I walk into the kitchen.
Okay.
A slight adjustment.
I'm going to tell my story and pretend that you're not here because I don't think you're adding much to it. So basically, Christmas Day, Helen, aged then about, let's say, 8, was so histrionic with excitement over Christmas, which is absolutely how I always was as a small child, that apropos of nothing, and it was apropos of nothing, we were like opening presents, Helen suddenly like spun round, ran out the lounge and ran head first into that wall.
Because she thought she was going into the kitchen and that wall was slightly in the way. That makes sense now.
And literally did kind of like a pratfall. No, I mean, she was really badly hurt. Obviously, as the supportive older sister, I laughed loads.
I think you'd all be laughing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I think my mum and dad were like genuinely, has she got concussion on Christmas Day?
So she just, and there wasn't anything that sparked the running out. No one said like, oh, Santa's outside or anything like that.
No.
She just so sort of you know, whoop, 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 whoop,
yeah, just like
okay,
genuine exuberance. So don't enjoy Christmas too much because that's what can happen.
Had she been drinking?
She hadn't been. But then by contrast, we had again when I was a kid, living in a small village, which has many drawbacks as a teenager. When the last bus out of the village is at 2:00 in the afternoon. Unrelated to the story I'm about to tell, but it's in the middle of nowhere is the point I'm trying to make. So the most chilled Christmas we ever had as a family was we were all at home, the four of us, my mum, my dad, Helen and me, and my mum was prepping the dinner, and then it got to about 12:30 and all the power went off.
Ooh, yeah.
Which wasn't uncommon in the village where we lived, but less common for it to happen on Christmas Day, but ended up being one of the best Christmases ever because
raw turkey's lovely.
Nobody gained any Christmas weight.
Yes.
At all. We were shitting through the eye of a needle. No, my mum had cooked the turkey, and then our friends on the other side of the village had a gas stove, so they did the veg, and we took the turkey up and we hung out with them, and it was like fantastic Christmas. It was like a little magical moment.
So you shared food.
Yeah.
But did it mean also that everyone got slightly smaller portions because you only have veg for?
I know you're a pescatarian, but turkeys are big. And we didn't have Jamie. We didn't have any teenage boys,
right, okay.
So there was plenty of food to go around. So
I wasn't a pescatarian as a kid. I would have tucked in as long with everyone else. I was just concerned there was enough food to go around.
There was more than enough food to go around. You've met my mum. She caters for 5,000.
So the whole village was wiped out with the power cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was quite standard.
But all the other neighbours, they were sadly just either having turkey or just having veg. It was only you two guys. They went, no, we can bring our two things together.
Other people had that genius
Oh no,
thought.
but how crappy would? Oh, well, I say that it wouldn't be crappy at all. But I mean, there are going to be some neighbours that paired together and they both just had veggies, and then some neighbours that paired together both had just cooked turkeys, and then you're getting double turkey.
This is where we can tell that you've never cooked Christmas dinner, because if you start your vegetables before your turkey,
I don't know, but
there are so many things wrong with that. I don't know.
So you were saying that a lot of them would have had double turkey then?
Why were they getting double turkey? Other people weren't getting together. It wasn't like an organised event. We just phoned our friends and said, let's get together. No,
you sneakily phoned the only people you knew had vegetables. So don't tell anyone else in the village. We'll be round.
Yeah, no, they had gas. But I don't think it was coincidence that soon after that we got a gas oven to plan for future Christmases with no power. Anyway, the most magical moment that we ever had at Christmas was nothing to do with power cuts, was it? It was the moment when you created... That was we've been married a long time, and I'm really...
Does it feel like that?
I'm really impressed by things that you do, but this, I still think about it now.
Even at the beginning of the relationship.
I can still envisage this now, and it was absolutely magical. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I do know what you're talking about.
Tell everyone what you're talking about.
Well, this is the sort of thing, if it happened in a movie, you would just go, no, that's too implausible, and they've used CGI. In our previous house, the kitchen was right next to the...
Do you need me to describe the rest
yeah. And there's a wall. And kitchen was next to the lounge. And the lounge was sort of quite elongated. So it was, the tree itself was quite far away from the kitchen. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And I noticed there was a Christmas decoration on the floor in the kitchen. Who knows how it got there? Anyone who's into conspiracy theories, feel free to write in at this point or add comments. I don't know. But I just picked up, and I think I must have just been busy doing something in the kitchen at the time. So I just sort of turned and I threw the ornament, this glass ornament, across the room towards the Christmas tree. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just hoping it falls vaguely in that area. And of course, a bit risky because it's a glass thing. But no. Instead, it looped in the air, and the little thread loop that it's supposed to sort of go on the branches, it actually went on one of the branches. So it was amazing. And I turned around. Of course, you have these moments. You go, oh my God, did anyone see it? And thank God, Catherine was there to see it. So I had a witness.
Because if I hadn't seen that, I wouldn't have believed it.
I still don't believe it.
I would have assumed it was one of those things that sometimes I say things to make myself sound good. And I would have assumed, it would be quite a niche thing for you to say to make yourself sound good. I threw a Christmas decoration and the loop went on the branch.
Yeah, you can put it on dating websites, but people aren't.
Why are you on dating websites?
Specific ones to do with Christmas.
Decorations.
I'm looking for a woman who's got Christmas decorations spread all over her house and she doesn't know how to hang them.
Whereas by contrast, I think it's safe to say our son has not developed your skills because...
Come on, let's not describe it as a skill, because that implies I was in training, some sort of ninja school.
I don't know what you do
wax
when I'm
on,
not
wax off, Christmas decoration on tree.
Well, Jamie, meanwhile, we gave him a simple task because he wanted to earn some money. So his simple task was take down the Christmas trees and take down the Christmas decorations. And
he took them down.
Oh, he took them down. Jesus.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger would take down a room full of...
Yeah, Hulk smash.
Yeah.
I actually am amazed he only smashed one.
Yes.
By Jamie's standards.
Less than delicate.
Yeah, that's pretty good going. But I'm really proud of myself this Christmas.
Always.
I'm proud of myself all the time because I think that people aren't proud of themselves. And
you think people aren't proud enough of you just enough. Yeah.
So I'm very proud of myself. But I really feel that I've grown as a person this Christmas, and I'm going to tell you why. And it's not
according to Jamie, because he says you're a
little
old lady. There's no growing happening.
Yeah,
folks.
and it's not just because I walked a marathon last year. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but just for any new
No,
listeners.
did you?
Yeah, I know. It's brand new information. We should probably do a recap episode on the podcast soon because some people won't have heard this.
Oh my
Anyway,
word.
no, what I'm proud of is. So I get really excited about Christmas, not as excited as Helen, not to run into walls, but I get excited about Christmas, and you know the thing that excites me most at Christmas time. It's not Father Christmas, although
is it Christmas Nookie once a year?
Oh my God! Sorry, you've done in one podcast. You've used the phrases
Nookie,
pumpy,
Rumpy.
and Nookie.
I didn't use Rumpy. Did I use Rumpy?
Yeah,
Pumpy?
you did.
Was that the one? I know it was something else. What was it?
I don't know. I've literally
slap and tickle.
Bleached my ears. How have you got a wife? It's literally.
I don't use these phrases until much later in a relationship. I unleash them as a kind of a.
Okay, anyway.
A big fan of Enid Blyton. I'm just saying.
I've heard a lot of Enid Blyton things. Nobody was doing any.
And now Timmy the dog is Rumpy Pumpy time.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to do an when you post these podcasts, you have to do an explicit content warning. I'm gonna have to do an explicit content warning because
I'm just using colloquialisms from the 1920s. What's wrong with that?
So anyway, this is my podcast. It's about me, and I was telling a story about why I was proud of me. Why are you ruining it with your
what are you proud of?
Why I was proud? I get very excited about Christmas. Lots of reasons, but the number one exciting thing about Christmas is small food. Small food is the best thing ever.
You mean canapes as opposed to rubbish portions?
Yes. It's not like Christmas Day in my growing up village. Small food is like the best because fish and chips I can take or leave it, but fish and chips in a teeny tiny newspaper cone, I am absolutely there for it.
Is it because you always wanted to be a giant?
Yes,
and
I'm a small little lady.
Yeah.
So that I feel like I'm normal sized. But every Christmas I get too excited by small food to the point that we didn't entirely buy it for this purpose, but it became the purpose we used it. Do you remember when we moved into this house and our fridge wouldn't fit in the kitchen because we had to knock down some walls, not the walls of my mum's house. We had to knock down some walls. So we bought a second fridge, and it was just before Christmas, if you remember. Maybe you don't. We bought a second fridge. It was just before Christmas. And so the second fridge basically became used for the sole purpose
of canapes.
Yeah,
and we've still got a second fridge to this day.
It's like the most middle-class thing that's ever happened to me. It was wonderful. But it did mean that we were eating small food until November.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, well, this year I've grown as a person, and I really restrain myself. Usually what I do is I go to, I don't know if I should tell you this because maybe it might make you rethink the marriage, but usually I go to all the supermarkets, and in the run-up to Christmas, I buy canapes from each store, and I taste test them.
Okay.
It's like an audition. It's like boot camp of X Factor.
Right.
And then I'll go back out and then purchase the ones that have made the cut.
Do any of us get to enjoy these little tester sessions, or you just have a quiet little time?
Just do them.
Just lock yourself in a cupboard somewhere and just eat small food.
Yeah, basically. I'm a small person.
Okay.
So but this year.
Oh, that reminds me of what you. Sorry, you can come back to your story. No. It's that thing of because we do the thing that a lot of couples do is we spread bills between two of us. And a few years back, I used to do all the food bills, and then Catherine was like, no. You keep buying man food. I'll do the bills.
Sandwiches.
Yeah. Sandwiches, and that's fair. That's fair. And then she's like, but we need to economise, so we need to go down to sort of Dave's cash and carry food parlour where we can get secondhand potatoes. And I'm like, nice. Okay, we'll do this. And I'm living on gruel. And then what I discovered about a year into this new regime is that Catherine's sneaking out at lunchtime to M&S to get her meals in the middle of the day.
Damn straight.
So yeah,
would you want a ready meal from Dave's Cash and Carry?
Well, I didn't. No, but that's what I'm stuck with. Yeah, I didn't realise there was a whole 2-tier thing going on there. Yeah.
100%.
Anyway, sorry, back to your...
Anyway, so this year I've really grown as a person. I didn't go to all major supermarkets, particularly not Sainsbury's.
Or Dave's Cash and Carry.
Or Dave's Cash and Carry. I've got nothing against Sainsbury's generally, but I was really rocked a few years ago when I went in before Christmas to Sainsbury's. And Sainsbury's, they have their little point of sale cards up to encourage you to buy stuff. And they had a point of sale card up in the canapé section. and it said on it, it was like an advisory thing. It was like, typically 3 to 4 canapes are suitable for each person. And I was like, what do you mean 3? Is it missing a 0? I mean, if they said 30 to 40, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. So I've kind of lost a little bit of faith.
Well, because you felt you had to stick to the rule. You thought the Sainsbury's police were going to come round to the house.
I just thought, if that is what you think is appropriate for Christmas, a time of year when we are to make merry and eat fatted geese, 3 to 4 canapes, it's tragic.
It is tragic. Yeah, how many calories are you supposed to eat at Christmas? It's loads, isn't it? What's the average?
I think the average is like 10,000 calories in a day.
That's amazing.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't count how many calories I ate. Well, we probably ate less because we went to bed at 8:30 in the evening because we're all so tired, including like your 2 older kids are in their 20s and should be partying.
Well, no, we all just, we'd had a nice meal and it's nap time.
So,
slept through Wallace and Gromit. It was all right.
But yes, anyway, this year I really restrained myself on my canapé buying, and consequently I feel like I'm a proper grown-up now.
Because we've got less canapés.
Yeah, there was no like bursting out the freezers, having to ask the neighbours.
Sounds miserable, really.
Yeah, it does. I think I might renege and go back to loads and loads of canapés next year.
Well, we've got this whole second fridge to fill. It's just sitting there otherwise.
Actually, speaking of utility bills, we're sitting recording this by Mr. I know I need to stop talking his desk, and I pay the gas and electric. We split that out, and that's mine. What is this?
Yeah, it was quite funny because we split bills it was about 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When gas electric was properly low.
Yeah.
And she thought she'd got one over on me.
Yeah.
And then obviously subsequent to that, I'm laughing.
Don't you worry, mate. Water bills are going right up there. And you got sewage in your water. Oh no, I still have to use the water, don't I? It's not just a you thing. No, we're sitting next to his desk, and what is this? What is this electric heater that you've got on? Those things absolutely came.
No, it's not an electric heater as such.
I think it's plugged into the electricity.
It's an oil filled heater, so that's slightly less
plugged
extreme.
Into the electricity.
Yeah, it's a little small one. I've got it just between my thighs.
Are you going to use another Enid Blyton?
No. Just when the rest of the house is really parky and I'm at work, and so I have a little bit of warm legness. And it's nice. It's a little treat. Ooh.
I was just going to say the house doesn't get cold when we go out, but then I remember, yes, it does, because the heating's linked to my mobile phone, as we've discovered this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So if I go out the house, you guys are freezing.
And when you were away for a couple of days for work, we're proper shivering.
No, you guys are screwed. Anyway, so the theme of... There's never a theme. There was going to be a theme for today's podcast. I want us to talk about going shopping, because I love supermarket shopping, not just because of the canapés. And I genuinely think that I could write a book about how to do supermarket shopping correctly.
Yeah, but would anyone want to read that book?
Well,
that's a different thing.
They fucking should do, because most people
Who are they?
do every other fucker in the supermarket. Yeah. So as my long-standing podcast listeners know, we used to get an Ocado delivery every week until I made you go to Dave's Cash and Carry instead. No, when food prices went mental. So we do still get Ocado. And now I no longer have the stress of what to do with those plastic bags, because I used to talk to these guys about this. Did you know that some, plastic bags...
The Ocado stuff comes in.
Yeah.
Well, one, you can they get taken back and recycle, and two, you can use it. I use them in the bin for the little bin rubbish.
But you know what some people do with those? They fold them up into samosa shapes.
Because they can't afford real samosas.
I know. Well, Sainsbury's didn't.
Proper chewy.
Yeah, no, but the pressure of that, and I just couldn't cope with the idea of.
Were you doing that then? Were you folding them into samosas?
But I was feeling like I should do.
Okay.
So anyway, we stopped having Ocado.
I could fold it maybe into a Ginster's pasty.
Yeah, they're the bits that hang out at the end.
Or a snowball.
So we mostly stopped having Ocado. I was going to say, and that's good because Brexit no longer tries to get in the van. Brexit's a cat for anyone who's new, not Nigel Farage. But then Ocado nearly took toast away, didn't they, the other day?
Yeah, no, he was all up for going. He was quite happy.
He's not very loyal at all. We started going to, I was going to name a supermarket and you'll tell me off because it's the one I always name. So multiple supermarkets are available, but our nearest one is Tesco, which I mentioned quite a bit apparently.
And, in your book.
And oh my days, I don't understand how people who shop in supermarkets on a Saturday morning function in life, because it is unbelievable. But I think that you are actually on the side of these people, because you and I, we kind of try and find a nice way of going around the supermarket together. It's taken quite a lot of work, hasn't it?
Well, I still don't think we've managed it, because you just run off to get the bits you want.
Yeah. You have to be laser.
No, but you then don't buy any of the stuff for the rest of us.
That's irrelevant. Tesco on a Saturday is like a war zone. You have to get in, get out as quickly as possible.
Leave the starving family behind.
But the great thing was I took Beth and her friends this afternoon, and Beth, they were both exactly the same as me. Beth was like, that woman has just stopped with her trolley in the middle of the aisle to chat to her friend. And that is exactly what I think. Like, if you want to have a conversation, why the fuck are you doing it on Tesco on a Saturday morning?
Well, this may be linked to this, because the thing I was worrying about the other day was the purchasing of pineapples in
oh yeah
in places like this, because apparently pineapples are to do, I'm told that they're related to if you're into swinging. It used to be pampas grass and now it's pineapples, but you've got to have a pineapple in your trolley, and is it got to be upside down?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you are the one who seems to know an awful lot about this pineapple
apparently
thing.
I think it's supposed to be upside down, and that's the sign that you're into whatever it is. So if that is your thing on a Saturday morning, and you're looking for your next kind of the love of your life, you do have to go around slowly, because you're looking in people's trolleys that are piled up with stuff, and they've probably bought a pineapple, because who doesn't like a normal pineapple? But is the pineapple on its side? Is it upside down? Is it the right way up? Has it accidentally fallen over? This is fraught. It's not like proper dating. You're having to proper look at vegetables at the same time.
Why are you trying to date people in
I'm
the
not.
supermarket?
I'm just concerned about buying pineapples now, because I don't want to be giving off the wrong signals with my pineapple purchases.
Well, I think you'll be all right, because you're so slow. You'll still be in the opening aisle, nowhere near the fucking pineapples. You have to move quite quickly to get to the pineapple aisle.
The other alternative, I thought, is that maybe these people go in and all they purchase is a pineapple, and they're just wandering up and down the aisles with a pineapple, making a sort of like a howling noise, like a cat on heat. And then that must be quite strange as well, just this one person with a pineapple going up and down.
In 43 years of supermarket shopping, I have never seen one person with just a pineapple in their trolley.
What, lots of pineapples?
What, just a whole trolley full of pineapples?
Yeah. That would be the way to go.
I just don't think that's the thing. Although Jamie buys pineapples quite a lot.
Okay, well, there you go. There's proof positive there.
What, the Lego in the bed hasn't worked to seduce women?
I just think it's such a dodgy... It's a system that doesn't seem very effective in terms of giving a signal. You'd do better to wear a pineapple on your head than have one in your trolley. At least you go, oh yeah, definitely got a pineapple on the head. Or... Yeah,
I mean, is it actually the thing? I mean, I think the idea is like it's supposed to be subtle. Otherwise, they just wear like a face tattoo that said, I am a swinger. Is it swingers?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What is a swinger?
Well, the idea is you're supposed to, get with you and your partner. You get with other people. That's the
only people who like pineapple.
Well, I guess that's the thing.
What if you're allergic to pineapple?
Wow, that's.
Isn't your sister allergic to pineapple?
Well, that's her cover story.
Is it pineapple?
Is she?
Or is it kiwi?
I think it's kiwi.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. And then when you get to the checkout and you're buying your pineapple as you would do normally, innocently, does the checkout person give you like a really knowing look and a wink because they?
I literally don't think this is a thing. I think you've made this up. I don't think it's a thing.
Please, people, send in your pineapple pictures. No. In fact, take photographs of people buying pineapples in stores so we can see if they look shifty.
What if you buy pineapple in a tin?
Oh, then you're into something really really
harsh. Spanking swingers.
You've got your own little panic room.
Yeah, if I went round to neighbour's house and they put me in a room with tins of pineapple, I would panic. It's very weird. Anyway, back to my book about how to use the supermarket. So I've got some rules. So Here are my rules, which is, you know how in swimming, well, probably not because you don't ever go swimming, but if you do go swimming, you have fast lanes and slow lanes, yeah? Okay, because some people people can't go quickly. Some people, all kinds of different reasons can't go fast. Fine.
Right.
And ideally, I'd like all slow people not to be in the supermarket when I'm there, but I realise that sounds like a bit like I'm a dictator, so we won't do that. But
more like a fascist.
Yes. But there should be a fast lane and a slow lane. So for people like me, I don't want to chat. I don't want to interact with people. I don't.
So you're looking at sort of markings on the floor.
Yeah, exactly that.
But how? If I'm concentrating on the marking on the floor, how am I going to notice the pineapples in the
if you've got pineapples, you go in the slow lane. Pineapples go in the slow lane.
Yeah, they would like to take it slow.
But you would have to have a license to go in the fast lane, so you couldn't just because otherwise.
But how? Okay, so logistically though, you got two lanes. Does that mean you can only buy food on one side of the aisle? There's food for slow people and food for.
No, I thought of that. No, you'd put duplicates on each side.
Yeah, because that's efficient.
Well, it is more efficient because it means people like me, I can just go straight through. Whereas meanwhile, you're still in the slow lane trying to find the pineapples. It would be so much better. So that's my suggestion number one, because I think that would be really, really fucking good. I haven't worked out what happens to the poor people who are trying to do their job by packing
Oh God, I thought you said poor people. I thought you could suggest there's a third lane for poor people. Like, oh God, this sounds horrendous.
No, but there might be a special lane for people who get to the till and forget that you have to pay, which is still a thing. And that is not an.
You mean shoplifters?
No. People who
they always forget to pay.
I know. Surprised, like you've been waiting in a queue for a till for ages. I don't think you go to the supermarket enough. You're waiting in the queue for ages. And you get to the till, and they go, "It's like £9,000 because supermarkets are expensive or whatever it is." And then the person goes, "Oh yeah, £9,000. Right, okay. Oh yeah, my wallet. Where is my wallet? Oh my God, you've been stood in a queue for like 15 minutes. Find your fucking wallet."
Well, I think the bigger thing is that they've had their wallet stolen. Surely that's a bigger worry.
No, but so there might be a different lane for that. So that would be my first rule. That would be in there. Right. Secondly, no talking in the supermarket. Supermarkets need to become like libraries because
God, again, doesn't it make the swinging pineapple thing feel very kind of impersonal? I'm just going to make eye contact with a person and wink, and that's sufficient. There's no conversation.
Well, I'm now thinking that it's these pineapple swingers who are holding up the supermarket.
Yeah, that could be true actually.
Yeah, so no conversation. No conversation at all in supermarkets. Like, it's like a library.
Even between like couples going around.
Absolutely.
Where are we going to have our arguments if not at the supermarket?
But that's the problem. Couples having arguments. That's an entire. They're across the fast lane and the slow lane. So no talking.
No talking.
And then the last one is controversial, but I also would say that no under 18s are allowed in supermarkets.
Because we don't want them.
Well, teenagers, because we've got some teenagers just like loiter. I mean, Beth and her friends spent about 3 hours trying to find chicken today, so they're just not bright enough to go into supermarkets.
But wouldn't they be in the slow lane if they're just?
I mean, there's slow and then there's slow. I mean, those two were like so a remedial lane as well. They could go in that lane,
right? Okay.
And small children. Well, I mean, obviously, I've got an issue with small children, but like.
So the important thing is that the parents abandon their children at home to go shopping. Is that your suggestion?
Well, yeah, I haven't quite.
Or do we leave them in the car park? Is there like a, where you put the trolleys?
Oh yeah, cage.
Is it a cage of children, and you just like stack them and push them in?
Or they could do what my dad once did, and this was great parenting. You know the story. But when Helen was very little, and she was having a proper one of those horrendous tantrums in the supermarket, the kind where you.
That's probably from the damage she got to her brain, banging her head into the wall. Had you not considered that?
She banged her head into the wall, and so she kept shouting, and was being a complete twat. And so my dad picked her up and put her in one of those chest freezers. Like, not for an extended period of time, just like put her in there.
What, close the lids?
No, they didn't close the lid. Just like literally picked her up and put her in there. She was so surprised she stopped crying.
I saw a little a video clip on Twitter today, and you never know if these things are true or not, but it did look realistic, real. There's a guy in his car is like completely covered in snow. So he picks up his 44-year-old child and just rubs the child across the car to clear the snow off. And it looks like the kid is having a whale of a time, like his best day ever. And you just thought, oh, it's really efficient.
See, that's practical. And I think if we did all of those things, that supermarkets would be okay.
Supermarkets will definitely be different. There would be a strange, austere, and so you're saying as well, if anyone deviates from your rules, what you imagine,
prison,
or snipers maybe.
Yeah, snipers.
So you wouldn't, the little red dot would appear on your forehead, and then that would be the only indication that you swayed out your line, and then bang.
But I really feel that I think that I could pass the test and get a license for the fast line, because also I've learned how to use bags for life, and I was thinking this morning. It's taken me too long to learn to use bags for life, because it's you almost have to remember that you're going shopping before you go shopping.
I used to think the phrase bags for life sounded quite sort of joyous and upbeat and optimistic, but now I'm slightly depressed by it, because it just feels like, oh my God, I've got this bag for life. Because it's the same, it's Peppa Pig, isn't it?
No, it's Percy Pig.
Oh,
They're
beg your pardon.
Very, very different characters.
Some pig-related thing. Anyway, they're bright pink, childlike bags.
I love pink.
Yeah, I understand that, but oh my God, we've got these for life.
Yeah.
I change my hairstyle, I change my clothing every few years, but these bags, they're just going to haunt me forever.
Look, we can never get rid of those bags.
But I just think if you knew it's for life, a bit like the marriage vows, you'd do a little bit more research into the kind of quality of the bag before you committed.
I was going to say, did you not research on marriage vows? But I've just remembered, no, you literally used the one out of the pamphlet. They were like, you could use something like this. And you were like, that's great, I'll use that. I wrote mine.
I just did terms and conditions.
No, we have to keep the bags for life, because bags for life are Random's favourite thing in the world. He's obsessed with those bags for life.
Random the cat.
Yeah, sorry, yes, Random the cat. Yeah, he's obsessed with those bags for life.
No, he doesn't like getting into it, but I imagine he'd be happy with any bag. I just want a bag that, I don't know, says me a bit more than...
I think pink Percy Pig bags are very you.
I feel like it's back to Jamie and his Lego. I just feel like I've gone backwards.
Looks the perfect colour to offset your pineapples.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other drama that happened this week away from supermarkets was toast went missing. It was awful, wasn't it?
Well, he didn't go missing, did he really?
Well, he did. He did. So,
well, no, because what's the definition of missing? Because most people
not
go...
here!
No,
not here!
But, you know, I sometimes move out the sitting room occasionally for more than 5 minutes. I wouldn't have considered myself missing at that time. But he was gone for like... What, how long?
If you disappeared in the middle of the night in a storm and weren't back by tea time the next day, I would worry.
Would you though? Because you sleep quite late. I don't think you'd...
For fuck's sake. Anyway, so it was New Year and it was very stormy and we had the cats here at midnight to show them the fireworks.
To do Auld Lang Syne with.
And then they went off and did their thing. And the next morning you came down, you were up before me, and Toast was not here because the microchip cat flap the batteries had run out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Why are you laughing? It was absolutely awful.
But I mean, it was bad time, and they're quite well behaved. The two cats, the two younger ones.
Yeah, I mean the girls.
And they must have been so confused, banging their heads against
the thing. Anyway, so Random came in, Toast was nowhere. So me and Beth walked the streets all day.
All day.
Lots of bits of the day. Banging, and then Beth made let me finish that sentence. Banging metal cat dishes together.
For the NHS.
It did seem a bit like that. Beth was like, we look mental, and I was like, no, it's a storm, nobody's going to notice. And it was awful, and people were very kind online and gave good suggestions as to what we could do.
Oh my God, you went online with this?
Yeah,
He was gone for 5 minutes.
Oh my God, he wasn't, and it was dark, and it was stormy, and it was all rainy.
But that was night. That was the night period.
Beth made a missing poster for him.
She did make a missing poster.
Said he's a chatty boy. Oh, anyway, so I was beside myself because you shouldn't have favourites, but I have, and Toast is mine. And then it was like 9:30 at night, and I'd bravely rallied to get Jamie to watch Sharknado with me to cheer me, because Sharknado is a very cheering film.
It's a calming film.
Yeah, and then suddenly he just like rocked up, didn't he? And he just like waltzed through the opened cat flat going, meow, 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 here I am.
Yeah, I don't think he was missing at all. I think he went somewhere, he had a big long nap, and then he came in.
Missing. It was awful. It was awful. Anyway, he's back now, and that's the main thing.
You were in pieces when he reappeared.
Yeah, of course, he's my favourite.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Anyway, he's home now, so it's all okay. So we're all resolved. And that really was the excitement of Christmas, I think. We've done a lot.
I got socks. No, I didn't.
I didn't this year.
I didn't get socks this year.
You didn't get socks?
No, I don't really want socks. I buy my own socks. I'm pretty, cool like that.
Jamie got socks, which is good because James' approach to his laundry these days seems to be, I'm going to wear every item of clothing that I possess before I will wash any of it.
Yeah.
Teenage boys are grim. But at least he's got a bed full of Lego. All is well. Anyway, that's our update for January. We're going to try and be reasonably regular and do these once a month this year, although, probably things will happen. If you think my supermarket idea is brilliant, because it is, then feel free to tell me. And if you too have got Lego in your bed, then no, actually nobody's got Lego in the bed. I don't know where I was going with that. Nobody's got Lego in the bed. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.